Let's get the Discord message sent out. Get everybody in here. Evan, we've been cooking recently, just to be honest about it for everybody. VIP
Right.
has crushed it this month so far.
Can't lose. Positive EV is the way to go.
It is. Smartest strategy to bet. I know all you guys want these crazy parlays, but please just trust us. And from somebody who once only bet parlays when I first started sports betting, thinking like I'm going to hit it big, positive EV it's a lot more fun because you win a whole lot more. So, that's all you can ask for in this. And we've got the props up on the screen today, so we're going to go through these. We'll talk about our free plays, but it's true. If you guys want the value, VIP's got, what do we do? What do we have? 4 positive EV plays today in there.
Yep.
And that's, 13-2 in positive EV on the month. We're up over almost 30 units since we started doing this. Just about 35 days ago is when we started switching over to positive EV, and it's been amazing. Malik said EV plays. Let's go for our free play first for you guys who are in here. Actually,
Yep.
we'll hit that real quick. A little bit of a parlay today. So William Contreras, under half a walk. Now, this line is pretty juicy, minus 170 on Bet365. However, when you parlay that with the Dodgers to score over 1.5 runs, you get minus 120. That's insane value right there.
Yeah, that's the dream setup. When all you have to worry about is the Dodgers scoring 2 runs at the end of the night, that's the dream.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And Malik said, no, I was agreeing with you. We got in the Discord. Oh, okay, cool. We just changed my name. Oh, sweet. Okay, there we go. Well, welcome back to the live, and I'm glad you're in the Discord. Glad you're cashing in on these EV plays with us as well. So now let's get to the full slate here. Starting up top, Marlins Rays, Zach Littell over 4.5 strikeouts, a plus money prop to start the day there.
Yeah, it's plus money. You're going up against the Marlins. His total outs is 18.5, so they're expecting him to be in the game a long time. Marlins are middle of the pack. I think they're close to 20th in the league in strikeout numbers. But, yeah, he's over in 3 of his last 5. I don't mind this prop at all, and a lot of value at plus money.
Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get the I guess I didn't post the X link in there. No wonder no one's joining on. There we go. Get that sent out properly this time. All right, so back to the prop shop. We got a question. Do we like the Rays money line? I've got to think they're going to win this game, right? Are you with me on that?
Yeah, and it's really not crazy juicy. It was around minus 150 this morning. I don't mind that play at all.
And Mr. Sunshine and a couple other people are saying Marlins plus 1.5. I'm not there with the Marlins on this one. I think the Rays are, definitely a better team right now, and they're playing a lot better than they were, when we talked about them a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah, no, they really have been. They've been at home. They definitely have turned it around. But This Zach Littell over 4.5 Ks is plus money. That's the best way to bet the Rays today, honestly, I think. But yeah, I mean, I still like the Rays money line though.
Yeah, Malik said I'm seeing a lot of sharp on the Marlins, but I can't see it. We really don't either. And I mean, sharp is always a good indicator, but they're not also the end all be all on that. So I agree. Sometimes we see sharp money and we're like, we don't see that one, and it turns out the sharps aren't right. So right. I think this could be one of those instances. Phillies Pirates, Rafael Marchin under half a single, another single prop. We've been loving these ones.
Right, and it's just crazy value. Minus 111. He's under in 6 straight in 9 out of 10 games. He's just not getting on base. He's not hitting the ball. Even if it, single, double, triple, doesn't matter. But let's keep it under a single.
Definitely. And yeah, I think that's a great play right there. Can make it easy and just not get on base, or could get an extra base hit. But we got to remember, I mean, a great batting average is 0.3%. So you still have a huge chance of not getting on base in a game, and that's
right.
That's always value there. Rangers, Nationals, Patrick Corbin under 17.5 total outs. It's a lot of innings right there. So I think that's a solid play.
Yeah, he's got to go 6 full. He's under in 3 straight starts and 8 out of 10 on the year. He's not as good on the road. His ERA jumps about 1.5 runs on the road. Nationals could get to him early and get him out of the game.
Yeah. And then we got asked about the early games. Now, these are how many early games do we have today?
I know Marlins Rays, and I think Phillies Pirates is pretty close too.
So I guess based after the props as well, Rays, and then I think Phillies probably win that game.
Well, yeah, they need a big bounce back. They got smoked yesterday.
Yeah, so I think that's where the picks would be, and then also just for everybody in here, everybody who's joining, Just got to throw it out on the month. We're up 6.68 units in the VIP. A lot of that's through positive EV plays. So you guys are in the live. You can use code TAKES 33% off your weekly, monthly, year subscription, however long you want to be with us. But we will be giving you positive EV bets every single day of the year now. So that's how you long-term profit on sports betting, and we're trying to help you do that. Phillies today, yeah, I think that's a pretty solid play. Game starting soon, so if you want to make sure you get them in. And then let's move on to a rivalry game. Red Sox, Yankees, Trent Grisham under half a hit plus 125 here.
Yep, just a numbers play. He's under in 4 of his last 5, and against Walker Buehler lifetime, he's 4-19. So Buehler's had his number the whole way. Let's just get him an O for today. But should be a good game. I like the Yankees, but this should be a good game.
I agree, and I've seen something earlier on just how Yankees are much better, but this is still a rivalry. Walker Buehler's on the mound; he can make something happen. So I'm definitely not counting the Red Sox out today.
Right. No.
I think it will be an entertaining game here, and nice to see a game with some rival implications in it as well. Now Cubs Tigers. This right here is the series that I think everybody should keep an eye on. Two teams that have just played very well this year. You got Kyle Tucker under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs here. Scooble's on the mound today, right?
Yep, it's a little juicy. It's minus 155, but he's 0 for 8 lifetime against Scooble. And last month, his batting average is down about 40 points. So, this is a time to jump on Kyle Tucker, kind of struggling a little bit. He's still that guy, though. He's still that good. This is still dangerous, especially at minus 155. But with Scooble on the mound, and if Scooble goes deep into the game, you got to think that Kyle Tucker maybe gets one at bat without Scooble on the mound. So then you're kind of just taking your chances. But I still like that play a lot. A lot of value there.
Yeah. No, I think that's a solid play, and like you said, Scooble he's pitched incredibly his last 2 starts, complete game, and it was last start of the start before, so he's always good, but he's doing exceptionally well right now. So,
Yep.
Not a bad time to fade a solid hitter for the Cubs there.
Yep.
Diamondbacks, Reds. What a crazy Diamondbacks game yesterday. We'll see how they play today. But Randall Grichuk under 1.5 total bases. Another minus 155 line. Gut instinct. I really wouldn't mind parlaying that with Kyle Tucker right there.
Honestly, yep, not at all. He's under in 8 of his last 10 and 70% of his last 20 games. And then small sample size, but against Lodolu, he's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. So he's not seeing the ball well against him. And yeah, it's still 1.5 bases. He's got to do a lot. You can going 1 for 3 is a good day, and he still is. We're going to hit this prop. So I don't mind that.
No, I don't either. Soldier Ranger asked Rays money line. Do like them, but you got to get that in pretty soon. That game's about to start in about 10 minutes or so. Keep asking your guys questions in the comment as well. And again, throwing it out there, code takes for 33% off the VIP. We are up over 6 units in 6 days of June, so it's a good time to get in. Our next prop, we are going to the Astros Guardians. Logan Allen under 5.5 hits allowed here.
Yep. He's under in 3 out of 4 and under in 7 of his last 10 starts or 10 starts on the year. The Astro, this is kind of just a numbers play. I don't love it. I don't hate it. There wasn't much in this game, to be honest. So if there was one to kind of tread lightly on, it's this one.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. Could be an interesting game here too. I still don't have a great read on what the Astros are half the time.
And 5.5 hits, you can pitch bad and get pulled. You don't have to get, there's guys that have terrible starts and pulled after 4 or 5 hits. So 5.5 is that number where, it's scary to take the over, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We're getting some questions. A couple questions about the Reds money line. Let's see. Did we cover the Reds already?
Diamondbacks.
That's kind of a tough one for me there. I wouldn't really say I trust. I definitely don't trust Cincy right now, and the Diamondbacks just roller coaster of a game yesterday. It's kind of an interesting spot today.
Yeah, I don't have any big lean on it or anything.
We got asked about the Brewers as well. We'll get them in a sec. Let's go Royals, White Sox really quick with Seth Lugo over 17.5 outs, minus 140. I gut instinct. I like that prop a lot. Lugo's he can pitch. And
right. We usually go under on the 17.5 outs, to cover get to 6 full, but he gets this number all the time. He's over in 4 of his last 5, 7 of his last 10, and he blows it up. And it's the White Sox, who obviously you never know what you're going to get out of the White Sox, but against a good pitcher, most likely you're going to get a quality start.
100%. Malik asked over 6 in the Cubs game. Do you have any indication on how much scoring we're going to see there? I know School's on the mound.
Yeah, Scooble's on the mound. The Cubs are going to have to get to 3 or 4 to get to that 6 number, I'm thinking. Or the Tigers blow them up. But no, today I don't think is the day to touch the Cubs total.
Yeah, because it could be a 2-0. It could be one of these games, 2-0, 2-1, or if the Cubs bullpen, gets blasted early like that, then it's a completely different story. But it's two very opposite sides in that, I think, today. Our next game, Padres Brewers. So we'll answer the money line question. Getting asked about Rays money line again. How do you feel about that for people trying to place a bet now? I mean, do you love it, or is there better value on the slate today still?
I think there's better value on the slate today still, but if you really want action on this game, that Zach Littell over 4.5 strikeouts. It's plus money. I think that's the way to go if you can jump on it now.
Definitely. Zach Littell over 4.5 strikeouts for everybody if you're trying to get a play in. Better value than the money line there, in our opinion here. Now, Padres Brewers, Randy Vasquez over 3.5 strikeouts, plus 126, and then do you have a money line lean in this game?
I don't mind the Brewers at all here, actually, but so we have our free play is this game. So you can play that, which is minus 170, a little juicy, but with the parlay, only minus 120. But also this one at plus 126, he's over in 4 of his last 5 starts. It's just really good value for the plus money. He's getting to this number all the time. But honestly, the free play would be the answer in this game. But I like the Brewers money line too.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys have not seen the free play, and all these props are listed right in the Discord. So, if you miss it when we're talking about it, or if you're joining after a certain game, hop in the Discord, take a look at it, ask your questions in there as well. We'll always get back to you guys there. Blue Jays Twins, Bailey O'Bear under 17.5 total outs, plus 140. He's capable of pitching a lot, but does that mean that you think he's going to get pulled early here today?
Yeah, in his last 5 starts, he's averaging only 14 outs, and the Blue Jays are about as high as you can be. They've won 7 of their last 8, and they are scoring with easy. So I don't mind this at all. And plus 140, it seems a little crazy. It feels a little mispriced, which scares me, but plus 140, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, definitely not a bad one to sprinkle, something on to get that nice plus cash if this does indeed hit. Dodgers Cardinals, very interesting to see the Dodgers not as a favorite, but that's what's happening today. And then you're kind of rocking with that Teoscar Hernandez under 1.5 total bases.
Yep, a little juicy, but he's under in his last 7, 8 of his last 10, and against Sonny Gray lifetime, he's 3 for 18 with 6 strikeouts. He's had his number, he's got his number, and it's 1.5. It's not easy to get to that two bases, so I don't mind this one at all. This could be a good parlay leg.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's some very solid parlay legs in here. Leaks Oakster, thanks for following the page. We got Ask Code Blue said Tigers money line. That game's tough for me. I think either team can win. I mean, it is Scooble on the mound, but I don't think the Cubs are just going to be a pushover in this either. So I don't know if I truly love a money line in that game right now.
Right. If there's going to be a game this series, though, if you want the Tigers, today's the day to take it.
That's very true. More importantly, I think the Kyle Tucker, line is probably a little bit better of a line to take there.
Yep.
And then let's see, our next game, Mets Rockies. Mets heavy favorites today. Yeah, Antonio Sensaleta, if I'm saying that correctly, over 2.5 strikeouts.
Right, it's that 2.5 number. Yesterday, McCullough was the 2.5 number. He didn't get there; he only got to 2. But the 2.5, you almost just have to take it because they're like disrespecting him almost. It's minus 134. He's over in 3 of his last 4 and 7 out of 10 starts on the year. The Mets are top 10 in the league in strikeout, like the lowest strikeout rate, but just such a low number. Give me 4 or 5 innings, and he can get to 3.
Definitely. No, I don't mind that at all right there. A couple more games for us today. Mariners, Angels, Rowdy Tellez over half a total base.
Yeah, he's over in 4 of his last 5, and he's hitting 375 off Kyle Hendricks' lifetime in 24 at-bats. He's just ripping him. And that was when Kyle Hendricks was on the Cubs and Tellez was on the Brewers, and he would just always killed him. So I don't think anything changes here, and he's going to get on base.
Familiar face there for him. So right. I think that's a nice play right there. Orioles A's, Brent Rooker over 1.5 total bases. We should see a lot of runs here. Rooker obviously is having a great season too.
Right, he's red hot. He's over in 7 of his last 10, and then off Dean Kramer, he only 2 at bats, but the 1 hit was a bomb. So small sample size, but just he remembers that. So hopefully he can get a couple bases today.
100% there. Now Braves Giants. Spencer Swellenbatch over 5.5 Ks. He's pitched really well this year. Talk about this one here.
Yeah, 22 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. I mean, he's just all over it. And then San Francisco, on paper, not on paper, they seem like a contact hitting team, fundamental team, but they're 22nd in the league in strikeouts with ease.
Yep. And then we got asked perfect timing for this. Soldier Ranger 27 asked any strikeouts we like. So Swellenbatch is one over 5.5 Ks. Antonio Sensaletta over 2.5 strikeouts.
Yep, Rockies.
And then Rances over 3.5 for what, Padres, right?
Yeah. And then Zach Littell, that game's about to start, so that might have closed.
Yeah, so Zach Littell, if you could still get it over 4.5 plus 120, not a bad number at all on that. So that is the slate today. And then again, our free play. William Contreras under half a walk parlayed with the Dodgers to score over 1.5 runs. You get minus 120 odds for that little parlay there with incredible value. So I think that's a play that everybody's got to have on their card today. And then we got 3 more of those in the VIP, and we have our runs parlay in the VIP as well today. So I think we're feeling good about the slate. Let's get the Dodgers to get 2 runs in the first inning right there, and just not make us worry about that at all whatsoever. Sonny Gray pitched well, but he's hittable too. And I think if there's a line,
well, he's not going to pitch the whole game.
No, yeah. So and bullpen's been an issue too in St. Louis for a while now. So definitely don't mind that. Let's see today. Cubbies
and free plays are 86 and 64.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. Worst case scenario, go get that free play.
Yeah.
They're killing it. I'd find it hard to believe that somebody's have better free plays than those.
I completely agree. I would love to see the receipts if they do, because ours is posted every single day. You guys can see the record as it progresses in the Discord. So, but yeah, like you said, Evan, make sure you guys get it texted to you every day. Nothing better than having just a cache texted to you every single morning, right when we post it. Cubby said today is easy. Twins, Guardians, and Phillies on the money line.
Okay. Well, Phillies can be. Phillies fell off yesterday. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know either. I got to think they win that game. Guardians, Astros, that game's a little weird to me. And Twins, like you said, the Blue Jays are a very hot team right now.
Yeah, they won 7 of 8.
We got Jeremy Pena for a hit. Well, let's see. We do have Pena's Twins, right? Or Astros. We do have Astros, Logan Allen under 5.5 hits allowed, though. Not that can't happen, but that's just not not the correlation that we'd be looking for. Nationals for a win. Rangers, Nationals interest. Nationals haven't played that bad recently.
No, they haven't. But, well, yeah, that's a goofy game to me too. The Rangers are pretty bad on the road.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Anybody got any final questions for us here? Appreciate the likes, everybody. Getting us over 1,000 again here today. And game time starting. Yep. All right. Well, with that, we'll wrap it up. Oh, any home runs? I don't know that we got any here today. Rays for the winner, no. Like the Rays, but don't love them. Marlins plus 0.5. I wouldn't force anything on that game besides, if you lucked in Littell with us.
Right.
Cubby said Mariners money line here today.
I don't mind
Angels.
That. Yeah. I don't mind that at all. Kyle Hendricks has been pretty solid, but I don't mind that at all. I like the Mariners, and they're one of the. I don't know if they're still the best road team in baseball, but they were for a long time.
Definitely. Soldier asked Rays money line safe. There's better plays for sure. Over 0.5 D-backs game. Jason, what was first inning? Oh, so Yurfie in the Diamondbacks game. It's always gutsy.
But that's a couple, like the top of both those teams' lineups are pretty lethal. So, I definitely wouldn't mess with a Nerfy.
No. There could be some we got Ask Guardians money line and Cubs money line Cubs is gonna be hard today. Scooble on the mound. Rays go down early. I'll take them later on. That's like, yeah, if they go down 1-0 and you can get plus money for them, that's not a terrible idea right there.
Nope, don't mind that. If there's any run lines, I mean, the Royals doesn't look like a bad run line, especially after the White Sox have been kind of hot. They always
Yeah,
fall off the
yeah.
table pretty quick. Don't mind with Seth Lugo
Yeah,
on the mound. And the Mets are crazy juiced up, but I don't mind
and
that
then we're
either.
getting asked Guardians money line. I wouldn't say I have anything too strong there.
No, neither do I.
All right. Well, with that, let's have another day. Again, up over 6 units in June. You guys can use code TAKES, 33% off your VIP package at the top of our profile. Come positive EV bet with us. That's what wins. So that's what we're trying to get you guys into. But
right. And even if you don't have the books,
yeah,
we give you the
there's
parlay
there's no way you can't take our lines here. We're giving you, if it's DraftKings, you have DraftKings, we give you a parlay where you can take it, on FanDuel if that's the book you use. So we are always accommodating, and if you guys have any special requests with that too, and say, oh, I didn't get the Dodgers line, we'll find another one for you. So every day we're, our goal is to make you money, and we've been doing that for people now. All right, with that, we will see you guys next time, and let's get another winning day here today.